right, there's my alarm to tell me to get in here. Holy cow. What's up, man? Alton says, hold up, I'm early? I mean, hey, yo! Yes, indeed, you are early. Or you were early. I don't know if you're still hanging around. Moo Boo says, morning, just cleaned up the dump I took. My labor's long. All right. I had wood on the unstable shelf, tipped over. Jeez. Man, I think, I won't say the worst, but I'll talk about the cook that gave me the most grief recently, or the cook that gave me the most grief recently. Let's see here. Let me make sure that I am on and everything is working. How you guys doing this evening? Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. There we go. Mr. Hockett, what up, Jack? How you doing this evening, sir? Content. Oh, yeah, 20,700. How is everybody doing? Kurt, he says, hey, yo, what's a happening? Come on. I'm trying to get to the point where I can... There we go. There we got the stream coming. Let's see. All right, perfect. Stream is working. Let's see. Marcus. He's gone crazy? Oh, Jessica, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. I feel like honored. Holy cow. Jessica, if you guys don't know, Jessica is Adam from Adam Smoking Metal's lovely wife. Victor says, howdy, howdy, howdy. So how are those rabbits? Man, you know what the worst thing, Victor? So I don't know if I talked about the stray cats that Baltimore... All right. So Baltimore City had a rat population because of the trash. So what Baltimore City did was they released all of these feral cats into the city in order to help quell the rat population. So there are lots of stray cats or feral cats in and around Baltimore City. Well, we have like 3 or 4 that frequent. They walk through my property at all times of the day and night. Right? So how about yesterday, right before, and this was like either that morning or earlier that afternoon before I got home from work to pick up the bag of pellets, because I when I dropped it I was like, F this, I'm not touching this bag of pellets. I just left it there. I was so frustrated. So when I went to pick up the bag of pellets, a freaking cat had peed on it. It wasn't even like my cat, but it was a freaking cat that was just passing by. It decided to spray my deck. It sprayed the bag of pellets, not the pellets themselves. It sprayed the bag. The bag. Victor, let's not talk about those pellets that I dropped on the ground. Let's not. Let's not at all. Marcus, what's going on? Alton says we finally have a potable water as of today from the ice storm last week. Man, you need to keep all your water out of my yard, Dash. We ain't about that life around here. Yo, Alton, you know what? Every time somebody says something like that, I'm going to remind you of this same thing come the summer. All right? Jessica, I am great. I am great. I am great. Thank you so very much for hanging out and popping on. So, you guys know I told you guys that I was doing my fasting or doing the fasting, so that means that I'm going to be limiting the drinking that I'm going to be doing on the live streams. So I figured I could give you guys, those of you guys who are here first thing, you guys get the choice and see what I'm going to take a shot of something tonight. So I have this. This is a Japanese cask whiskey. I have, I don't know. Oh, there's a little bit left in there. This is some Blantons. All right. These are just 3 things that I pulled up real quick. I have some, what is that? Crown Royal, some apple. And then I also have, and I know what y'all about to say. I have the High Test Moonshine. So, you guys have about a minute or two to comment Japanese whiskey, Blanton's, the bourbon, um, Apple Crown, or moonshine. Or the clear. I always call it clear. Guys, Manny, man. Manny, California Bay Area saying hello. Smoking Bears, what's going on, Lee? Lee, I thought of you yesterday, man. Was it yesterday? No, day before yesterday. My wife made some chili, and we made some cornbread. I've forgotten. We had these the molds, the cornbread were the corn cob molds, cast iron molds. So we made some cornbread in the cast iron molds, man. I thought of you when we made this cornbread. The cornbread was good. It was good. But I definitely thought of you, good brother, with the corn in the molds, or the cornbread in the corn cob molds. Yeah. I know. San Antonio checking in. What's going on? Yeah, Marcus. It was not. It was not. And the worst part. So I picked up the bag and just put it off to the side. And then I swept up all of the pellets from the bag of pellets that I dropped, and then I put them into the trigger, and I'm holding the bag. Like, I'm holding the bag. Put the bag on me. Now, the shirt that I had on was a clean. Like, I just washed the shirt. Pulled it out of the washing machine. It was still warm when I put it on to go outside. Put the bag against me. I'm like, something's off. Poured the pellets into the hopper of the trigger. Poured the pellets into the bucket. And then I brought the bag inside and crumpled the bag up. And I crumpled the bag and smelt my hands like, yo. Yeah. Big Reggie Reg, what's going on? Jessica says, I'm honored. I'm honored I'm here. You're honored I'm here? Heck yeah. I'm a nobody. Shoot, you're doing big things with editing Adam's videos. I like it. Bumpy, what's going on? Jimmy, that's not funny. Tron Z, what's going on? T-Rock. Oh, man. So, T-Rock, I bought a bag of pellets, a 30-pound bag of pellets the other day for my pellet cooker, my Traeger. And when I was bringing the bag off, to the side of my house, you guys have seen kind of my setup. I had the bag on my shoulder, and I had a bag of apple chunks and a bag of cherry chunks in my left hand, and the bag of pellets was on my right shoulder. Well, I put the two bags of chunks down, and I went to slide the bag of pellets off my shoulder, and it just kept sliding. Like, it didn't slide and like to a point where I could kind of ease it down. It just like slid off my shoulder and fell and hit the ground. So it was on the side of the house, and I was just like, read between the lines, bag. I'm done with you for right now. So I was just through with the bag. So I walked in the house, right? Didn't pick up the pellets right away. I'm like, I'll deal with that tomorrow. So that was Sunday. So tomorrow became Tuesday when I actually picked up the bag. But in the meantime of me dropping the bag and picking up the bag, a cat peed on the bag. Like, pissed on the bag. So, not a very good time. All right, Jimmy says clear. One of each. No, Kirk, I'm drinking one shot. Lantons, you ever had Tullamore? No, I have not. How about tea? Jessica, no. So Nano says shine. Crowd pleaser says shine. That's 3 rows for shine. Japanese whiskey. Come on, people, hit that thumbs up. All right, please. Yes, if you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up. I'd greatly appreciate it. There are 29 of you guys here and 15 thumbs up. Holy cow, what's up with that? All right, so far the shine is in the lead. We have one. Was it one? So one clear. B, what's going on, man? The Texas barbecue guy. 1 for the Blantons. 1 for the Japanese whiskey. 3 for the shine. 1, 2, 3. Rice whiskey. I don't know if I have any. I don't have any rice whiskey. But I might have some soju. I actually like soju and have some. Yeah, I ate my cornbread. Actually, it was really good. What's up, Blue Collar Models? How you doing? Wrong with plans. Uh-oh, we got a couple more Blantons in here. I think we're tied for Shine and Blanton. So what's it going to be? The Shine or the Blantons? Oh, there it is. There's a push. There's a vote over. That's Moonshine. Half it was. What's with the fasting? I'm trying to lose some weight. You know, I gotta get my girlish figure back for the summer. I am you know over the limit. All right. So I'm trying to lose some weight. So I'm trying to do I'm trying to be consistent with a 16/8 fasting. So 16 hours of fasting and 8-hour window of eating. So my window is about noon-ish to 8. I give myself a pretty flexible window. So though if I stop eating at 6 or 6:30 in the afternoon, then I can start eating the next day at 10:30 in the morning, and then I'll probably end up. So so I'm actually using an app, and I thought it would more or less keep track of the fasting and the eating windows. It really only keeps track of the fasting. So if I have a night where I'm eating until 8 o'clock, then I can't eat until noon the next day. But if I stop eating at 6 o'clock, then I can start eating earlier the next day. So I mean, I'm down 5 pounds, but all right. We got more for Shine. Out says both. Shine. Trying to get your hands on some Blantons forever. This is all I have left, man. I had 2 bottles, and I mean, I bought it over the summer when I was trying to learn how to bourbon. Laura says, you little moonshine. No, not yet. Keto intermittent fasting. I can't do keto. I know I like carbs too much. I'm very angry when I don't have carbs and fasting. Papa Larry, what's going on? All right, so let's see. Ben says both. I can't do both. I figured I would do one shot. So I'm going to get the shot. I left the Shine in the freezer until I got it all set up. So hold on one second. Let me get it. What are you doing down here?
Nothing.
Then go upstairs and go to bed.
Well, no, I'm doing something. But you physically cannot do nothing.
Oh, you can physically do nothing. Yes, you can.
You're trying to do nothing, and you're probably standing still.
No, you don't have to be standing still.
Oh yeah, you could be sitting still.
You're adding an action to an action to a state that doesn't need to be adding. All right, so fresh out the freezer. Woo-hoo. All right, come here. You want to try this?
Sure. Where is it?
Oh.
There was none in there.
There's a drop right there. That's all you get. Oh, goodness. You don't taste it.
The Listerine in the bathroom was stronger than that.
Oh. Okay, come here.
Easy.
Oh, this is here. Just.
Oh, what is happening?
You gonna learn today. Here, drink some water. Come here. Just come and say hi to everybody. Taste test number 2. Everyone taste test number 2. Yeah, all right. Anyway. Oh. JG, how you doing? Oh. Jamie, how you doing? Hold on. Let's see. Trying to catch up. Laura, I know I spoke to you, but I don't know if I actually said hi, Laura. Thank you for joining. So the clear one, yes, Marcus, the clear one. Maybe in the second hour I'll take another shot. But I don't know. Woof, I'm already feeling that one shot. Uh, I'm trying to try to. Oh no. Yeah, it definitely does. Never had to drink behind the back. Yes, indeed. Laura says, "Hey, trying to remember how to breathe." He did. He did take it like a champ. He was hurting though, but I should have turned the camera to his face, but I didn't want to. Yeah, Andre, how you doing? So, all right. Boy. Shenanigans aside, how is everybody doing this evening? I'm so grateful that you guys could all join us, join me, and be here to hang out. So I just want to say thank you. I just have water in my cup tonight again. I'm trying to fast. I'm trying to do right. Trying to do right. Curled up in a fetal position later. I mean, he got a splash, and hopefully he'll be asleep soon. Doing excellent myself. Windy as hell here in Vegas, though. It was 80 today. Yo, you know what's crazy? It warmed up to almost 60 degrees. It was like 59, 60 degrees here today. So 2 days ago, it was like 26 degrees. And here this afternoon, it was 60 degrees. Like I said, I became a plumber this week. Oh, half of Texas became plumbers, and that half is basically almost every male in the state of Texas. My kids try to act like they're grown, but give them a splash of some vanilla vodka and Coke, and thought she was gonna pass out.
He thinks I'm cat.
He what?
He thinks I'm cat.
I couldn't say anything.
Oh, he's had it, so he knows. Look, taste tester number 2 went upstairs and got his brother. And taste tester number 1 is now down here. And no, go to bed.
He wants to see me try.
Okay, go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Good night.
I see you left you.
Loses, please no more snow. My daughter tried my 170 was gasping for a minute after. Well, how much Moo Boo did she have? I mean, he had just a splash. Luckily, we don't have any pipe issues here. That's what's up, Alton. Carolina liquid wrench. It'll loosen them up. Weather has been decent here. Freezing at night around 40, 50 here. Jeez. My cousin's daughter, 8-year-old. She is a 3-ounce glass of beer. Wow. Boil water nose after the storm. Really? Did you boil the water and put it into the ice maker to make ice, or how did you work that out, Alton? And now it's all right. Oh gosh, she took the whole thing, huh? Every single pipe in the trailer bus. Oh gosh, starting building the second pit. This one 750. Nice. Moo Boo is 15 degrees here. Moo Boo, where are you? FCB, what's going on? Finally, you can see some grass outside Chicago. Andre said. All right, so enough about the weather. Enough about the clear. Let's get to the brass tacks of, the evening. So let's talk about turning a bad cook around. We've all had bad cooks where just stuff doesn't go your way. Oh man, Saskatchewan. All right, well, another Canadian. You Canadians are finding my stream and hanging out, and I am very appreciative. Stand by, fill the tank with boiled water, and having cool. It was party time after that. That's what's up, Al. Yeah, I mean, because you got your liquor, your ice, the jug, I'm sure. You good to go. Yes, yes, indeed. Take a deep breath and say it it will be it. If I could read, take a deep breath and say it will all be okay. Yes, indeed. You know, it, it can't do nothing but get better. All right, so some of your worst cooks. What happened that you had to turn it around? Now, you guys saw one of my worst cooks recently, and by recently I mean a couple months ago, where I was trying to get the cook started, and it just kept getting later and later and later. I ended up having to do some welding on the daggone pit in order for me, the cooker, in order for me to get to the point where I could actually cook on it. And I mean, like, what have you had to do? What extraneous circumstances have you had to overcome in order to get your cook started or get your cook finished? Because I know me having to pull out the welder in order to get the smoker going, that's some crazy stuff. Randy Lee says sauce can save a bad cook. Nah, well, I don't, I feel I don't use barbecue sauce as a masking agent. I use barbecue sauce as a flavorizer. Okay, I hate using or saying that term flavorizer, but as a flavor component, as a moisture component, actually is what I like to do. Sometimes I find that, especially on chicken, the skin on chicken can get a little rubbery, or it can get a little like weird, leathery almost. So you put barbecue sauce on it and it rehydrates the skin. Now, one of the other things too, me growing up in Philadelphia, me growing up north of the Mason-Dixon line, or Mason and Dixon line, however you want to say it, when it came to barbecue to me as a kid, when I didn't know any better, was putting barbecue sauce on things, especially things that were in oven. That being said, there's certain things to me that are better with barbecue sauce. Now, I know everybody doesn't agree, and I'm looking at you, Alton, because I know you about to start saying something. I can already feel the keyboard warriorness coming out, and you talking about barbecue sauce is the devil, and it doesn't need to be put on things. I happen to like barbecue sauce, and that's my own personal opinion and the way that I do certain things with my barbecue. I put barbecue sauce on my beef ribs. I put barbecue sauce on my pork ribs every now and again. I put barbecue sauce on my chicken every now and again. So those are the three things, with the exception. Obviously, I'm putting barbecue sauce in my pulled pork. I'm putting barbecue sauce in my chopped pork, or my chopped chicken or pulled chicken. And that is about the extent of what I'm using barbecue sauce in and or on. Excuse me. So let's catch up to the Brian says I was cooking in the snow. As have I. I mean, I'm gonna say always, I've been cooking in the snow. Yeah. Bumpy said I burnt up some wings this weekend for an order. Story will be posted tomorrow. That's what's up. But I filled the order. That's what's up, Bumpy. So I've told you guys before about I had an order for a lady who, I don't know how, I forgot to cook wings. So like, she had some brisket, she had some pulled pork, she had some ribs, and she wanted wings. And I totally like forgot the wings. So I called her and was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I just dropped your wings. I'm so sorry. I don't have enough time to cook no more wings for you." But lo and behold, I didn't actually cook the wings. But I told her, she was like, "Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it." I gave her as much heads up as I could. But yeah. I said I had to save a turkey cook over Thanksgiving. I was shooting for a video and walked away for 2 minutes. Got a grease fire, saved it though. Yes, Alton, I remember that. Grease fires happen lickety split. They can happen in an instant. Captain Newbie said, "You mean when you drop the pig in the blanket?" No, no. Man, he dabbed on me though. No. That was just my own. Like, I was cooking for myself. Like, that was my breakfast that day, actually. I cooked a single pig in a blanket and I dropped it. Like, seriously, I dropped it. That was not my intention. I was pissed when I did that. Let me tell you. I need to catch up on your vids. Been busy here. No problem, B. I mean, I understand. Laura says, "Oh my gosh, 1 ounce and dash of slurring." It's Lou's writing. It's not my see, not me slurring. It was Lou's writing. Yeah. So, Alton, if it makes you feel any better, I almost say usually, but almost every year, one of the hose bibs I have on the side of the house, or yeah, between the back of the house and the side of the house, I feel like every year I'm replacing or fixing one or both of them. So it happens up here too. Uh, she's a blower fan when cooking. So Nano, I've used I don't use like the one of those electric ones that has an actual temperature probe to use to blow air in. I tried one of those way back, and it didn't work for the cooker that I was using it on. But I have used a blower, like a leaf blower, to help get my fire going faster, especially in the dead of winter when the fire just does not want to cooperate. The wood could be wet and or really cold, or even in my particular case frozen sometimes, and it just doesn't want to catch. So you have to force some air in there to help fuel the fire and get it going. No, Jessica, excuse me, out to no, Jessica, no, Jessica wasn't. Jessica is actually Adam, the welder, Adam Smoking Metal. That's his wife. They're out in Idaho. Me, I ain't say nothing. Da, 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 da. Cooked 2 pork butts at 250-ish, and I went to check for hours later. Temp was at 450. Pork butts were, let's say, barked up to be nice, but the bones popped out. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Grease, fire, cost, or baking soda. Mubu, so indeed. You have to be careful though, because if you're cooking and you have a grease fire, you kind of need to get the fire out without putting anything into the cooker. I actually had a grease fire in Bernadette early on. I talked about it where I was cooking in the grill, and I left it not unattended, but I was finished. I took the food out and I was just letting the fire die down. And the fire, the grease that was in there, it was enough grease in the bottom of the cooker, and it started a fire. Now the good thing was there was no food in the cooker. The bad thing was there was a fire. So I ended up actually putting it out. I know about what I'm about to say. Controversial, but because it was a smallish grease fire, I ended up putting it out with water, so it was fine. Cooked in order for a new pit and hadn't dialed in the temp. Got too hot and burned my ribs. Luckily, I had extra. Andre, yeah. That's the same thing. That's how Bernadette got her name, Bernadette, because the first couple times I cooked on that cooker, she burnt some stuff up. This is the pig in the blanket was this James one. Oh, yeah. Oh, darn. Yeah, oh, darn. Lord, we sold the really cold weather to the Canadians 100 years ago. Yo, man, FCB, I know, but my house is old, and the whole thing is, it's just been a matter of one, like, we have shutoffs. They're like 18 inches away from the wall, right? So they won't freeze. And on both of them, there have just been times when I got caught with my pants down. I've been at work or something like that, and it froze unexpectedly, or I'd go to sleep and I didn't check the weather overnight, and it froze to like 29 degrees, and that's when I'll have problems. Also, my hoses, the hoses that I actually use to take water down to the garages, each one of them probably has 1 or 2 splices in it from where the hose has split, and I've had to repair it. Again, I feel like I've had to repair almost a hose a year. Yeah, and I mean, these are the hoses from Sam's Club, so they're supposed to be extra heavy duty. Nah, man, every single year I end up having to fix one of those hoses, at least one. I learn from all your mistakes, and I love the little detail. Excuse me, you share. I'm very tired, and we'll catch you in the next video or stream. Be well. Crowd pleaser, thank you very much. See Blue, I remember the Nas Bird Review. Papa Bear, what's going on, Justin? How you doing? I got meat off and checked out the fire. Was back cooking. Oh, choked out the fire. Yeah, you choked out the fire like one of your kids, huh, Alton? I know. Alton was like, oh, not today. Ah. I seen a grease fire put out with adobo. What? What? Man, adobo is expensive. Grease fire and Bernadette. He said, not surprised. Man. Yeah. All right. Brian says he can't relate. All his cooks come out perfect. Hold on. Let me respond to him. I'm putting my so let me shout out. We got Jimmy, we got Alton, me. Kent's not here. Oh man, I was talking to Bailey earlier today, and there you go. What up, Kirk? Look, you on there. But Brian said all his cooks come out perfect. Shit. Yeah. That's what's up. Glad to hear that, Lee. Uncle Steve Shake is great. It's great. I have not gotten a chance to taste so he sent me some of the smoke bomb and also some of the dessert shake, and yeah. Yeah. I am looking forward to trying both of those. I have not had I cooked some chicken wings on yesterday, and I had to do them a specific way. It was one of those things where I just had to do it the right way, and I did some of them the normal way that I do them. I did some of them with the competition bird shake. Now the competition bird shake was pretty good, but I used two different cookers, and the method I did on the one cook on the kettle, family wasn't a fan of. They were okay. My wife actually preferred the wings that came off the Trigger than the ones that came off the Weber with the Vortex. So I don't know what happened. I really just think the Vortex wasn't hot enough. But yeah. All right, so I guess Lou's got to hang out or head out. He says, Dash, hate to cut out early, but child number 2 doesn't want to go to sleep. I'll try to get back on later. That's what's up. Yeah, Alton. My hose are on the side of the house. They are needy. Let me take my hose on in a horse ranch. I replace about one every week or two. Jeez, really? How? Why? Do the horses chew on the hoses or something? Victor says I have to be careful when filling the Weber Smoky Mountain with a meat hanger. You can get so much fat rendered directly onto the coals. It does occasionally create a nasty grease fire. Okay, that's good to know. Grumpus, how you doing this evening? How's everything? Yes, Jessica, he sure does. B says it's like I always catch the biggest fish when there's no camera around. Really, Alton. So I have some rice pudding. My wife made some rice pudding, and I've been like holding off. But the problem is I'm not really eating late enough any longer. So I've been fasting now for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I haven't been eating dessert, at night. So I kind of have to fit it in the schedule. Yeah, I did. I did, Jimmy. I did. Bear Cub approves of the dessert shake. That's what's up. All right, Grumpus. Glad to hear everything is doing well. You tried the Olive Garden chicken yet? No, I have not, Quentin. So The last time we did, I won't say major food shopping, but like warehouse or shopping, we went to Costco. Costco doesn't have the Olive Garden seasoning, and I haven't been into Sam's recently to get any of that Olive Garden seasoning. But I have not forgotten, and I will definitely try it. Sean says, I hate not being able to change the flavors for my family. They give me a stank eye. Sean, hold on, Sean. Let me. Man, my wife be like, "Why do you have all these seasons?" I'm like, "Cause I can't use them. Cause you only want me to use the same seasonings over and over." But I want to make sure that we like it. I understand that, but how are we gonna find out if we like something else if we don't try something else? But I want to make sure we like it because it's not what I'm expecting this and that. I've given up. I've given up. So I don't. I cook chicken or I cook something else for me to have, for me to try, and I'll give her a little taste. Like Steve from Smoke 'em and Choke 'em Barbecue outside of Chicago, he sent me some seasoning almost probably a year ago now, if not longer, and I just kept it. Like I had it outside in my little cart there, and I was like, you know what? I made some steaks or a steak, and I'm like, I'm putting this jerk seasoning on this steak. This steak is for me. It's for me. I'm gonna put the seasoning on the steak, and it was great. It was great to the point where I was like, hey, you want to try a piece of this? And she took a bite, and she was like, oh, she was like, that's pretty good. The problem is, if I do all of the steaks that way, then she'll have a problem with it. If I do one steak or one piece of chicken or a piece of chicken that's just for me, it's like all the parents just say, you know what I'm about to say? If you give something to your kids and tell them, hey, this is for you, they don't want it. But if it's on your plate or if you're eating it, if you're drinking it, all of a sudden there they are like, can I have some? Just comment I down below. Same thing. So I just stopped trying to cook and do a whole bunch of new seasonings on family meals. I just do it for my own stuff, and I try it for myself. Of course, I step on them, and people just abuse them. All right, Big Reg, I hear you there. This is the Cinnamon Toast Crunch with the hint of savory in it. Okay. Did I yawn? Really? Look at secret something. You can make your own Olive Garden now. She has thoughts on it. P.O. Box is in the description, Quentin. Quentin, you don't have to send it. I just, sometimes I just don't go to Sam's, man. So Jimmy, dude actually hit me up and he said hold off on getting his machines for right now. I think it's because of the fact that it's the winter and I would have to transport his arcade machines on an open trailer. So he's like, be patient. So I'm like, okay. Crumpet said, I've convinced the wife to keep her expectations low. My wife does not have those same expectations. My wife has been doing intermittent fasting for quite some time. So she's like, if I'm going to eat, it better be like top notch. Because if I'm breaking my fast for something I don't even like, I'm going to be really mad. And I'm like, I get that, but don't take your anger out on me if you don't like what you have. I said, nah, man, I'm not scratched up. Nope. And she's not watching. Anyway, gonna clean up the dinner, get the kids to bed. Good night, y'all. Adam may get on here when he gets back home. Thanks for saying hello to me and being so welcoming. Well, thank you, Jessica, for being awesome and letting me be first to comment on Adam's videos every now and again. So, yeah. It was very nice to meet you officially, as not to poke fun in the comments on Adam's videos. I am definitely grateful. And thank you so very much, Jessica, for sending those things that you sent to me. The plans for a fire pit. I haven't been out building anything recently, but I do still have the plans. Yeah. She, I mean, not hangry, because typically she's eaten, or she will have eaten. But the problem is she just wants something that's like really, really good and satisfying, it's like you hold off on eating. So when you do eat something, you want it to be like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever I've had in a couple days. So but that's every meal for her right now at this point because she's been fasting for such a long time. So all right, so let's see. Let's get back to the topic though. All right. The IT job is going very well, Clinton. No complaints. No complaints. I won't say whatsoever, but no complaints. You see, no, I will not. Blue Stick Plinko. What's going on, Nick? How you doing this evening? Man. Oh, I know, Laura. It's okay. Look. I'm gonna show you what my face looks like. So next week you'll see if I have any bruises or cuts or car shopping. I wish I could go car shopping. I don't know. We'll see what the stock market does. Maybe I can go car shopping at some point. Anyway, so let's talk about the topic. So what else have you guys had to do in order to get the cook done? To finish the cook, like to get from point A to point B and get everything taken care of. I know Bumpy talked recently about how, I have some shares in AMC, and I'm back in black right now. I am happy. My portfolio had a $422. Was it 422? Yeah. $422 gain today alone. Yeah. I am not, on my shares of AMC. I am not mad at that. Like I said, I am back in the black. So, shopping for a new truck. Made a killing on GameStop. That's what's up, Brian. Oh, Alton, Laura, you guys have jokes. Have you had your son help me? No, Andre. A lot of times with them when I'm cooking, especially now the school is in, it's past their bedtime, and or on the weekends is the only time that we allow them to have TV and access to playing the console games and things like that. So they're like, "Bye, Dad. I want to play on the PlayStation, or I want to play on my computer, or I want to be on YouTube or whatever." So they could care less about helping me cook, especially now. I have not. So B says AMC is doing well. Yes, it is up. It was up 18% today and another 21% after hours. I think that number I feel like it's a little low. No, I guess not. But yeah, I'm back in black. Nice B says he's up over 4K from his AMC. Sundial, I've been kind of leery on the cannabis stocks just cause I don't want to say I didn't want to, but I got into it late. So one of the stocks I have been watching, actually have been watching Tilray for a year now, over a year. And like every time I look at it, it's one of those things where somebody would say something about Tilray and I didn't really know what it was. And I would look into it and I'm like, oh, okay, I'd watch it. And I've been watching it for over a year. And like when it took off within the last 2 weeks, I was like, yo. It's just been one of those, I'm going to wait for it to drop. I want to wait for it to dip. I want to wait for it to dip. And it never dipped. It just kept kind of increasing ever so slightly. So ANC didn't even look at it this week. What happened? Alton, so in 5 days, it has gone up from $5. So February 18th, that was like Friday. It closed at $5.50 last Friday, and and it today after hours is sitting at $11.08. I don't know what you bought in at, and you know what your average is, but my average was $8.21. So I was waiting for it to creep up over $8.21, and actually, when it was going up on, I believe it was Monday. Yeah, when it was going up on Monday, it went up, and then it dipped a little bit. So I bought a couple more shares at $6 to help, dollar cost average down, and to help, and it helped because when I bought at $6 at the end of the day, it closed at 672. Then it opened up and dropped to 625, but at the end of the day yesterday, it ended at a little over $17, $7, and well, actually, probably almost closer to $8, and then like the sell off in the afternoon, it dropped to $7.17. This morning, it opened up at $7.17, and it closed at $9. It closed at $9 and some change, and then after hours, and right now it's sitting at 11.08. Yeah, you still on AMC? The old Dodge engine was really reliable. Mobile, I hear you. B says I bought an AMC when it was at 12. So I had some shares in AMC in my primary brokerage account that I had way more diversified, and then I opened up a Robinhood account. So the shares I had in AMC from my Chase account, I bought some at $6. I bought some at $5. Now this was well before all of this GameStop and AMC stuff happened, and I ended up averaging down, and I had some that I bought at $3, and then some that I also bought at $2. But it was just one of those things where I would buy a share here, share there, 2 shares here, 2 shares there, just waiting for. I'm like, well, once the hitters go back to normal, it's got to go back up. So I ended up having 25 shares or so that I bought between $6 and $2. So I mean, when it went up to $25, I made $400 that day off of 25 shares. That's how, and I held. I didn't sell it. I held, and I was like, all right, nope. So when it went down to $7 the first time, or the first time, I was like, you know what? I said, I'm gonna take some of these profits and put them into something else. So I took those 25 shares out, but at the same time, I purchased some shares through Robinhood, and I had been getting shares. Like, I bought some shares at $13, and then I sold them, and I bought back in at like $9, and I'm like, all right, well, it's still dropping, so then I bought back in at like 8 and some change. I bought back in like less than, so I bought back in, and my average was closer to $9, and then I bought back in when it got under 7, and it dropped my average down to about 8.50, and then I bought back in. I bought more, and I bought some shares at $6 yesterday, and it brought my average to $8.21. So I was like, all right. So all I needed to do was get above 8.21, and I'm back in black. So yes, but I am, with where it is now, I am back in black with everything that I've invested in Robinhood with regards to GameStop and AMC, because this was just, I'm going to gamble with this one. Quentin says, I'll answer the question. I was making a Christmas turkey and an egg and had charcoal going. Charcoal go out on my big green egg. Roy Oak did me wrong. So I'm only using the premium stuff. Ever happened to you? So no, Quentin, I've never actually had that happen. But I will tell you what, I have never, the only problem I've had with using like a Royal Oak charcoal has been debris, so rocks in the bag. Usually is the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. I've even used regular regular briquettes in the big green egg. No issue whatsoever. Yeah, Captain Newbie, I saw that. Big Reg, hold on to your Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin, it dropped under 50,000, but it is going to be going. Where can I go here? I think. Let me look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin was up to like 55,000 or something like that. 50. Let's look week out. 58,000. It was at 58, and a lot of folks are starting to use and or I'm gonna say invest, but the Bitcoin talk is getting up there, and there's a lot of folks talking about it again, and it is dropped down. So it was at 58. It dropped down to 45 on yesterday, and it's back up to 50. So still down a little bit, but yeah. Woof, 45,000. Good night. I'm trying to get to that point. I'm not there yet. I don't, I got to build up my portfolio. I got into the game a little late. What's up, Eric? How you doing this evening? This is on a cheap hostile called Belrock Brands. 40,000 shares in the office. Oh, well, that's what's up. Alton, I learned my lesson. Last time you told me about a stock, I didn't listen and I wasn't paying attention. I also was drunk. That stock that we were talking about was Moderna. So I'm going to actually look into this right now, and I'm going to put it on my watch list and do something about it, hopefully, this coming Friday when I get paid. I have a little bit of a periodic investment going into it, and we're going to look up Bellrock. Bellrock, oh, come on. All right, Bellrock Brands. Okay, so I'm gonna have to trade this on OTC. I see. Let's put that there in the prominent list. All right. I will. Yeah, I'm not able to do big swings like that. I wish. Cook 24 hours, slow it down, charcoal, completely burnt out. I had to remove the whole setup and add more charcoal. So Quentin, I don't know. Maybe you just didn't have enough charcoal in there. Like, but then again, I do have an extra large big green egg. So, and I usually put a decent amount of charcoal in there. Shot up to 34, so I sold. What shot up to 34? Oh, Tilray? Brandon, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Quentin, I know what you mean. Like, that one time you get burnt, literally. You just don't want to do it again. There's a fine line between bark and burnt on big meats, butts or brisket. Can you save them? So if you burn the outside of something, it's kind of like toast. You can cut it off, but they're just like you said. There's a diminishing return. You can't, like, if it's on the flat part of the brisket. When I say flat, like the flat edge. But if you burn up or char the edges, the sides, you can trim that bit off and just kind of deal with the stuff that's not charred. But sometimes if you have a really, really thick bark, if you wrap it up and wrap it up in foil or foil pan, even butcher paper, it'll help to reduce some of that. But it's not gonna, it's not gonna fix it if it's that burnt. Real lump is good, but not compressed crap. Mubu, I agree. School. That's funny. I see you, Jim. What's going on, man? How you doing? We were talking about investing. This is managing broker for 25 years. I don't even think about this stuff. That's what's up. Jimmy, that is definitely what's up. I wish. My wife kind of... So the whole thing was, we had been talking about it, about investing, and she kind of gave me the go-ahead to say, she was like, all right, here, let's take some of this money and we'll toss it in. And I started playing with it, and I mean, I dove in 2 feet. 2 feet. I have definitely become that guy that is watching any and everything, knows ticker symbols and who to do what for. I mean, yeah. I am definitely is one of those things. Yeah, so Alton, one of the things with my main brokers, so I actually have 3 brokerage accounts now because I was trying to figure out what to do. So I have some money in Fidelity, some money in Robinhood, and some money in Chase. Chase is my main brokerage. But Fidelity, I can buy partial shares and I can trade OTC. So I think once the dust settles with AMC, I'm going to move the majority of my funds over to Fidelity. Just cause, unless you guys can tell me something different. I was in my 20s back then. Doge. Yeah, dude, Justin, I'll tell you, I had some money in Dogecoin. I had money in Dogecoin when it was sitting at 18 cents. Was it 18 cents or 0.18? It was whatever. Hold on, let me see. What was it? 18. No, so it was 0.018, right? So it was at not even 2 cents. And I had money in it. I think I put like less than $100 into it. And man, it started dipping and dipping and dipping. And I was like, I took that money right on out of Dogecoin. I was like, nah, man, I'm not playing. I'm not messing with this crypto. I was like, that's nope. And so that was like one day. Next day, it went up from 0. So like from 2 cents, it went up to 4 cents. And I was like, all right. And then it went to like 4.3 cents. And I was watching it at 40, like 0.4 cents. So then it went up to 4.3 cents. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna throw something at it. Throw something at it and just watch it. Man, it went from 4.3 up to like 5 cents. And I was like, yeah. I go to sleep, wake up the next morning, it's at 35 cents. I was like, you know what? Or 3.5 cents. I was like, you know what? I can't mess with this. I can't mess with this. This, like at least when there's something in the market, you know when the fluctuations are gonna happen because hey, the markets are open between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. basically, or 9 to 4, however you, or 9:30 to 4, however you want to look at it. With the crypto, man, they swing to. I said I ain't got time to be watching that crazy. I said I'm taking my money out. Took my money out, and that's when I was like, you know what? I am going to go whole hog and invest everything. I threw everything. All of this. This was a gamble. I threw all of the gamble money at AMC. So, like I said, I'm back in black, which is great. And I knew that when it was going down, I said, all right, anything extra, I'm gonna dollar cost average down, and that's exactly what I did. So, I would have been one of these people that's like, if I didn't put anything else additional into it to dollar cost average down, I'd have been one of these people that's like, it's at 11, I needed to get to 13. Nope. When I saw it dropping, I was like, I'm not going to sell it. I'm just going to have to buy a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Ethereum, I'm watching Ethereum too. So again, I'm not really big into crypto. I have a bunch of Bitcoin that ruined my chances of GPUs. Until today, I scored a nice. That's what's up, Jim, rather. Head in bed. Eric Victor, thank you so very much, man, for hanging out. Definitely be careful with the Weber Smoky Mountain and hanging ribs. I know I'm behind, so you might be gone already. Tandem. What? TNDM? Is that tandem? You know, I don't think you told me about tandem. Tandem diabetes. No. You didn't tell me about tandem. You told me about SNES. That one went down. That was the one I could afford, though. Yeah. See, so part of the problem, Alton, was when I was just starting out, I didn't have very much money to spend. So I could only, I was only able to, like, we were specifically looking for shares or stocks that were like $50 and less. So Moderna would have fit the bill. But at the time when you told me about it, I had already, like, spent my allotment. And I was just kind of like, I got to watch this grow for a while. I hadn't gotten to the point where I was doing periodic not reinvestment, but periodic investing. So I couldn't afford to buy any more stock, which is one of the reasons why I didn't get Moderna. But tandem diabetes, I'm looking at it now, and I know that I would not have been able to afford this. Yeah, so I will. Again, I'm going to add this to my list, but I know that I can't unless I can buy partial shares of it. So I would have to kind of look at it for fidelity. Once again, the dust settles with AMC. We'll see what happens. But also one of the things I've been trying to look for is the stocks that pay dividends. I figure if I'm going to invest in a company, they can at least give me something back on it. Now, I will tell you, as far as diabetes stuff, SENS, SENS, SENS. Let me see, SENS. Yeah, Sensonic Holdings. So they are in the. I think that's the one. Hold on. Yes, Sensonics has a new continuous glucose monitoring system, and it basically will replace Dexcom. So I know you had the Freestyle Libre, and I actually stopped using the Libre and started using Dexcom. Dexcom right now, last time I looked at Dexcom, it was over $400. Ever since from Sensonics will replace the Dexcom reader. So I put a little bit of dollars into Sensonics. So they are basically just waiting for approval for their new system. They have a RFID that goes under the skin that you can wear for. They have one that's pending for a 90-day and have one that's pending for 6 months, so 180 day. So you don't have to change it nearly as often as you do with the Dexcom sensor and or the Freestyle Libre sensor. You all speak English. Sorry, Laura. I joined those when I was at 4. Yeah. Yeah, but Alton, I don't have so many pennies, man. I'm just starting out. Just the rest of us. I got lucky. Yeah, real nice video card today. Yeah. Alton, I know. So, Alton, after you told me about Moderna, I was watching it, and I just kept watching it go up, and I didn't believe it. I kept watching it go up, and again, I was like waiting for it to hit a dip. Well, it hit a dip, and it dipped at 70 or just under 70. I was like, I'm gonna get in. So I got in. I have one share. Again, I can't afford a whole bunch of, I gotta diversify. I don't have a whole bunch of funds to be able to do this. So I bought one share. So I've been watching my one share. The last couple days, man, it's gone down, and I am mad. It's lost, I think it's $40 or $45 in value in the last week. And I'm like, got it early morning. Quentin, thank you so very much. All right, man. I appreciate that, Quentin. Definitely. Alton, yeah, we're not talking about that. Hey, what's going on, Taylor? How you doing? Gabriel, what's going on? Sup, Otto? All is good. Yes, indeed. Da, 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 da. Jeez, 1,350 shares of Mastercard, $45 when IPO'd. Yeah, see, that's the whole problem, man. You you hold, you don't hold. I'm still trying to grow a pair, basically, and figure stuff out. So my head got cold all of this time. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Thank you for the head warmer here. I appreciate you coming in. Shake jar. I'm gonna shake a jar and do the bubbles. Yeah, look, Jimmy, I'm very appreciative of that. Very, very. So Alton, that's been it. So the whole thing is, I have been investing. I had been investing. I won't say as of late, but more recently, I've been trying to stay in it and do a little bit more day trading. But I don't want to get myself in trouble by trading too much. But I'm getting to that point. I'm getting to that point. Tandem does the. Oh, okay. I did not know that, Alton. Well, that makes sense. Yeah. Ah. So, well, that makes a lot of sense, or a little bit of sense, as to why, I won't say why Tandem is down, but 14%. Oh, look, it's up after hours. Oh, yeah. Freaking went from 91 to 103 after hours. Yeah, I got to get some partial shares of that one. CCL. Yeah, I've definitely doubled my money on Carnival as well. Actually, I've more than doubled my money on Carnival. Carnival, I am up 171%. So I bought Carnival at $10. Again, I only put so when we were first starting out, we were putting $100 into each. We put $1,500 in, and I put $100 into each bucket, basically, for the most part. It was either $100 or 10 shares, whichever was, whatever it was at the time. And Carnival was one of the ones that we bought in and it was under $10. It was like $9.80 or something like that I got it. So it's currently sitting at, so actually it was $9.96. Nine, yeah, something like that. And it's currently at $27.01. So $170 gain, 171%. Pretty good. There's a couple things like that I lucked out. OLN was another one. Carnival, yep. Smith and Wesson, I did well. I'm doing well with Smith and Wesson as well. So yeah, Alton, definitely. Look at Sensonic. Like seriously, the whole thing is they have the next biggest diabetes continuous monitoring system. They have it, and it's only a matter of time, like within the next probably 6 to 8 months, probably. So as things go on, I'm going to be increasing my position with Sensonics every couple weeks that I can. Yeah, right, Beast. Not everybody balling like Alton. Rick, what's going on? He's hello, hello, hello. All right, I'm behind in the comments. I gotta catch up. What's up, Paul? How you doing, man? Ooh, holy cow! Yeah, wow. 267,000. Jeez. Yeah, Jimmy. The long term is good, but you know what, man? Sometimes you can get caught holding the bag, man. Like if something falls out and hits rock bottom, man, you don't want to do that. Yeah, half. Wow. So Alton, the missus has been looking. Like we get emails from Carnival like 2 or 3 times a week. It seems like. So she's been looking, and yeah, we're gonna be taking a cruise soon. Alton, so I'm loving the G6, loving the G6 for real, for real. The only problem is I just got the new Samsung, the S21 Plus, and it's not on their approved list. I gotta wait for that to happen, so I had to go back to the Freestyle Libre. But the G6 is phenomenal, phenomenal because it alerts you to when you have a low sugar event, and it like I don't even like with the arm. You got to remember, oh, hey, it's been like I have my reminder set up for 6 hours. Oh, hey, it's been 6 hours. So a lot of times, if I check my sugar at 5 or 6 o'clock at night, I don't check my sugar again until I wake up in the morning at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So there's times where I'm missing readings. So I won't say I always forget, but I'm always forgetting. Like now that I don't have to, like with the G6, you don't have to do that. It does it automatically. What ends up happening is if your phone is not close enough to you where it can get a reading every 30 minutes, it'll alert you to be like, oh, hey, wait a minute. I haven't gotten a reading in 30 minutes. I'm going to alert you until you get close enough to get a reading, and then it'll get a reading. But it checks the sugar every 5 minutes. It checks your blood sugar every 5 minutes, and it gives you a reading. I mean, it does the same graph like as the Freestyle, but it does all the work for you. All you have to do is keep your phone close enough to you, which everybody always does, within Bluetooth range. Rick said, living a dream, doing YouTube, selling barbecue, and now selling barbecue smokers and outdoor kitchens. That's what's up. Orlando, how you doing? So I'm putting the G6 on my stomach, and I use the Libre. I put the Libre on my arm, but I haven't had any problems with, I won't say with either, but I haven't. Johnny, where are you, man? Where'd you go? Base Finder says Freestyle is expensive. It is, but you know what, man? Not having a pricky finger is beautiful. And if you have insurance, if you're lucky enough to have insurance, or some of it paid for by insurance, then the price goes down drastically. But that was my big thing. It was very expensive. I found that it's actually cheaper. I don't know if that's because of the new year or my insurance just kicked up an additional amount, but it's actually cheaper than the Dexcom is. But I tell you what, the Dexcom, I wouldn't trade it. I love it. Hobo, what's going on? Hey Dash, I am liable keys for tags. Let's see. Just wanted to stop by and say, hey, if you wrap this up before he drops off, hop on the channel. Love talking to you. Well, thank you very much, Hobo, and I sure will. If it comes to that, I'll probably be talking for another hour or so here. We'll see what happens though. Carnival Cruise used to come with a free case of norovirus. Now it's COVID. Oh boy, you're so funny. First Loves, yo dash. Shout out to YouTube Live for the first time just a few minutes ago. That scared the living hell out of me. It takes a new breed to do this live stuff, man. It's not for everybody. Yeah, Johnny says I'm here. I'm looking for tax papers. Yo, I have a stack of envelopes this thick of stuff. I keep saying, maybe I'll start doing my taxes today. Maybe I'll start doing my taxes today. I haven't yet. Yo, so Alton, that's the whole thing. Great about replacing them. I'm losing 2 back-to-back read 100 points lower. Ooh, goodness. So Alton, I tell you what, I got tired of losing them as well, but then I got to the point where I just kept putting them on the same arm in the same area. And then it because I found that when I put them on my left arm, I was clipping corners and I was hitting edges and things like that because I would take corners like real close. When I put them on my right arm, I find that I don't have that issue as much, but I tell you, with the fact that you have, like, you know as well as I do, it's hot down there. And sweating more is when I was losing the sensors more. So, yeah. But with the one the G6 on my belly, didn't have an issue. Did not have an issue. The only issue, I didn't have an issue losing sensors. The only issue I had was when it came time for me to put the new, sensor on my belly, it didn't fire. So it didn't fire, and I was like, all right. The first time it happened, I was like, okay, that's the first time it happened in 6 months or 8 months since I had it, and I was like, all right. And then the next one went on fine. The next one went on fine, and then it happened again, and I was like, oh, this is kind of too close. 2 of these, and I was like, nope. So I called them. And when I called them, they're like, "Oh, we're sorry about that. We'll send you out replacements." So as opposed to sending me 1, they sent me 2. Or excuse me, as opposed to sending me 2, they sent me 3. And then at the same time, I called and I'm like, "Yo, I just got this new phone and I'm trying to get it set up." And they're like, "It doesn't work. It's not compatible." They're like, "We haven't finished getting it all tested and working properly with your new device. So unfortunately, you can't use the Dexcom system with your new phone." And I'm like, "Well, how long is it gonna take? We don't know." So I'm like, that's a bull. So that's where I'm at with that. So that's why I'm back on the Libre. But I tell you, man, the G6, it is phenomenal. In between the 2 of them, I think the Freestyle, the Libre reads a little lower. And I don't know if because it's in an extremity, whereas the G6 is on your core and it's a little closer. But I don't know how else to explain it. But when I had them kind of both on at the same time, like that little bit of overlap, the Libre read lower than the Dexcom did. So I felt like I could trust the Dexcom a little bit more. His founder said my Freestyle is $150 a month. Man, that's it was costing me $75 a month. But the way my wife's insurance is set up, we pay a higher, not deductible. Yeah, we do. We pay a higher deductible, and then after a while, some of those costs, get taken care of. But yeah, it cost me $75 a month, and that was one of those costs that I was willing to pay, so I didn't have to prick my fingers. I despise prick. The reason why I stopped checking my sugar was because I had to prick my finger, and because I don't have to prick my finger, now my blood sugar is way better in control, way better. $80 for Freestyle for 3 months. Jeez, I wish. Yeah, you're definitely lucky. My insurance is not that good. Clear Techoderm over your Freestyle. Yeah, Base Finder. So Alton told me about the Techoderm thing, and but yeah, we've been doing it. Didn't fire. So Alton. So with the Libre, you have to press the button for it to stick onto your arm, right? It's the same thing, but it's a little different where you push a button and it, you know, adheres to your skin, and puts the cannula, whatever, in your skin. When I pushed the button, it didn't. The cannula didn't go into my skin. The sticky part stuck to my skin, but the cannula didn't go in, so it didn't fire. And I don't know how else to say. Mubu said I found a marshmallow nuts. What's up, Laura? Welcome back. So I used to. I tested on the side. So early on, I had a woman. She asked me what I did. I said I work with computers and I type all the time. She said, okay, well, you definitely don't want to, do the tips. She said, if you can touch your thumb and your finger together, you do not want to touch the sugar in that area. So I used to test on the side, and it was mainly my middle finger and ring finger on my left hand on the side looking at me that I tested most. And after a while, I was like, you know what? Screw this. I was done. Type 2, I'm at it. No, it's like a quick sting and that's it. Like it does not. The click and the sound is worse than the what you actually feel from it going in your skin. Hold on a second, guys. Call me. All right, it's a little better. Is it decaf? Hold on. Not that good of a thing to have at 10 o'clock at night. Just saying. When you need to go to bed at midnight. All right. Gotta look out for your well-being. So. Side's better. Yes, much, much better. Trust me, Laura. I never. Only, you know what's crazy though? They tell you not to prick the pad of your finger, I guess you could say. But when you go into the doctor's office and they do any sort of thing, they prick you right in the pad of your finger. So it's like, ow. Charge for the amount of supplies. Use 30 ounces a month. Mail order. So I get a 90-day supply. Yeah, that's the one thing, Alton, that I have not done. I have not gone to the mail order thing, just because I want to have a little bit more control, especially when, like if I'm going through them or something like that, like they fall off or something, I can just, Walmart where I get them from is 10 minutes away, not even. Bass Finder says, if you run hot water over your finger before you stick, it reduces the pain. Look, I'm a baby when it comes to that, man. Nope. I stopped pricking my fingers. I gave up on it. Yeah, so Laura, my hands are not the I actually have, where is my, so like I'm sitting at my dining room table and I have my stuff around me. And I'm looking for, what did I do with it? I have some of that healing. Here it is. Called Working Hands. And I have to use this in the summer because in the winter because my hands get so dry. And my hands are very dry. And they're not calloused, but I have working hands. And that being said, the softest setting did not work for me, Laura. I was usually like midway on in order to get my blood sugar. Like I would do it anything less than that. And you know how you fire it, and I'm like milking my finger to try and get my enough blood on the lancet or on the cannula or whatever to get a reading. It did not work out very well. Yeah, Alton, I hear you. It's just one of those things, man. Right now, the way our insurance is set up, though, I won't say it's fine, but I haven't looked into it recently, and I think the last time I looked into it was when I was on my own insurance. So I need to look into it again. Do we? Jimmy says, "Do we all cook barbecue and have sugar problems?" Yes, we're all old. Jimmy, we're all old, and you know, I won't call us all fat. Um, yeah, that we all have similar. Yeah. Shut up, Alton. Uh, um, they did. So, Laura, it would be one of those things where I'm just like, oh, I'm stopping, boom, I'm checking it, and I'm keep on moving. It would, trust me, I was doing good enough to check my blood sugar. So massaging my hand, and I ain't got time for that. Yo, Outlet says they try sometimes to get me to do local. I'll check the numbers, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Shoot, I know. Look, I definitely understand. I've gotten to the point now, like seriously. So I've had so you know what, Alton, I started the Dexcom November 1, and I used it until I got the new phone, and that was 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I mean, seriously, zero complaints. The only complaint I actually had from the Dexcom was the alerts were annoying. Once I started fasting, or when I was fasting, my blood sugar would get low, and it's one of those things where it's like, all right, I know it's going to be low because I'm taking medicine, insulin, and I'm fasting, so it's going to drop off at some point. But my blood sugar never got to the point where it was like in the teens or anything. It would get down to like 50, and I mean, like that's kind of good in the law of averages type thing, but it would go berserk. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm gonna be eating, and it would drop down low like an hour or so before I was about to eat. And I'm like, it'll be fine. It's not gonna get any lower than this. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. But then it's like the alarm will keep going off, and I'm like, yo, just chill. Chill. Laura. Yes. Yep. That's exactly it. Out. So the whole thing is, it's like, hey, and it does do that. If your blood sugar starts to go down, it's like within X number of minutes you will hit this number, and it's pretty accurate as far as telling you, because it's like, hey, you're at 60, in X number of minutes you'll be at 55, in X, and yeah. Yeah. Paul, welcome back again. You got another? I guess you're on a different device. Don't forget the time. Ooh. Wow. Sorry to hear that, Laura. Who boosts his own a Motorola? Shh. I don't know nothing about that. Thank goodness. Alan says he worked for Motorola and he wouldn't use their products. He says we were in the planet using Nokia back then. Man, yeah, my hands feel better, but I just I have to stay on myself and putting the stuff on my hands. Usually once, maybe twice a day, especially in the winter. In the winter, being outside in the cold, and how much I wash my hands get so dry. They are so dry. So, Johnny, I saw you said that you didn't have power for a couple of days. I'm glad to hear that you're doing better. Definitely was thinking about you, and you were one of the people I did not reach out to, and I apologize I reached out to a lot of other folks I had contact information for in Texas. So unfortunately, I do apologize because I did not reach out to you. I was talking to my wife about you the other day. I was trying to, and I was telling her, I said, I didn't reach out to Johnny, but it was something. What was it? I can't remember if you and I talked, or it was just a text message. I think it was just a text message. I sent you a message, but we were talking about you, and I told her, I said, "Oh, Johnny," I said, "Mr. Topo Chico." She's like, "Oh," that's how she knows you. So if ever you're like, "Hey, it's Johnny," she's like, "Okay," just be like, "Hey, I introduced you to Topo Chico." Yeah. So. Oh, 5:30 is for the best. No problem, Paul. I was like, wait a minute, but you know what? I've seen folks have different, like, on their phone they have one picture, and then on their tablet they have another picture, or on a laptop they have one picture, and on the phone they have another. So I've kind of figured out that the name is the same, but yeah. But actually, I guess I need to look into this one because you're blue on the other one. You're not blue on this one. Yeah, I can't use straight coconut oil, not for my hands. I'm not a big coconut fan, and it's just I can't do it. This is depressing. I'm making another drink. I'm sorry, Jimmy. Roy, how you doing, man? I came through today. I didn't see you, but I also did just get my car washed, the exterior only. I've been I haven't been able to come in and get the inside washed. I might be able to stop on Friday and get the interior cleaned as well, but probably not. Yeah, yeah, I definitely was thinking about you, Johnny. Mr. Big Nod. That's what's up. How you doing? Look, what's so funny? I actually cooked some crawfish tonight. Don't at me, man. Don't at me. Don't at me. They were frozen. They were frozen. So the whole thing was, I was sitting here this afternoon, and I'm like, what am I going to do for dinner? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a seafood boil. So I was like, all right. I popped up and went to the market. Now I went to the market. It was like 5 o'clock. Um, Actually, it was 4:30. I got back. It was like 5:15. So I went to the market. I picked up 2.5 pounds of some like 2125 shrimp, deveined, easy peel. So I'm like, all right. And I was like, well, what else am I gonna put it with it? Because I need more than just shrimp. So I was looking at some like snow crab legs, but I'm like, man, we don't like snow crab legs. I like Dungeness. So they didn't have any Dungeness. They had whole Dungeness crab, and I was like, I'm not buying. I would need like six. I would need like six Dungeness so each of us could get 2 clusters. And I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. I can't afford that. I was like, nope, nope, nope. So then I was like, all right. And then I was looking. I said, well, maybe I can find some frozen mussels or something. So I'm looking, and I see a bag of frozen crawfish. I was like, whoa, snapped it up. My kids love crawfish. So I brought it home, and I was like, all right. Oh, and I also got they have zucchini, but they cut it up. So they give you 3 zucchini. It was 2 yellow and a green, or it might have been 2 green and yellow. Anyway, but it was cut up already. So I was like, bet I ain't got to worry about doing that. Brought it home, and so I had some corn in the refrigerator already. So corn, some sausage. I cut up onion. I threw the zucchini in. Boom. Let it all in there. Let get to the point where the corn was almost done. Like, great. Tossed the mud bugs in. No, they were frozen. So I had to wait for it to come back up to temperature. Then I tossed my shrimp in, and man, it was good. It was so good. Also, I use a seafood seasoning similar to Old Bay, but this is a bulk seasoning that a friend of, like this guy I used to work with, his son apparently works for a spice company locally, and they do this particular. It's good enough, man. But this seafood boil was so good. My kids tore it up, tore it up. So hot sausage, some corn, some zucchini. The zucchini though, it disintegrated because it was in there too long. I should have put the zucchini in there about the same time that I put the shrimp in. Lesson learned. But it was really good. So, thinking about y'all down there. Yeah, but Mr. Big Nog, you got to remember, I don't live near any swamps that have crawfish. So don't at me, bro. No scallops, Laura. I thought about putting some scallops in, but me being me, I don't want the teeny little like bay scallops. I want some big old giant Gulf scallops or sea scallops, like big old. No, I don't mess with them teeny little scallops. And my kids are greedy. They like we don't. I would have had to buy a couple pounds of scallops, and I didn't do it. Yes, crawfish in Baltimore. They were frozen, and what's crazy? The bag said that the crawfish were raised or farmed in Egypt. I think it said Egypt. I don't even know if I want to know what that is, Laura. Oh man. Hey Jimmy, I'm sorry you're drinking alone. I'm trying to stay true. I didn't do so well the last 2 weeks, so I'm trying to do better this week. I did take a shot with y'all though, I did take a shot. Period. It wasn't with y'all, but drinking my water. I'll be up all night peeing. Some moose. They're always in the swamp. Okay. Swamp dust. Never heard of that particular brand, but I imagine it must be pretty good. B, so I guess you're saying you need to build another smoker. I guess you're running out of capacity in that first one you built. That's what's up, B. I appreciate that. Definitely. Just let me know when you send it so I can keep an eye out for it. And also make sure you get the tracking, because Postal Service is taking forever, an eternity to ship things. Oh, crap. All right. So what else is going on? Marcus, great show. Egyptian crawfish. Do not, man. I'm telling you. Dude, the post I posted on Instagram, and I almost put don't at me. Like, I didn't even say how or where I got the daggone crawfish from, but I knew you would be one of the people that was going to have a problem with it. Oh, B. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I knew you were dealing with some family stuff, so I wasn't going to pry. Sorry. Anyway, Marcus, leave me alone. Like, seriously. I don't live in the area or in an area where I can get crawfish easily. Definitely, B. I completely understand, adapt, and overcome. For sure. I know you were in service. I can't remember what branch, but was it the Marines? Stop talking about it. Stop talking about it. Okay. I didn't know if you were a Marine. I couldn't remember, but I know that is one of the Creeds, mottos, sayings of the Marines. Jamie, tell him I said let it go. I don't live in driving distance of the Gulf of Mexico, and I can't go get mud bugs off somebody's boat. Like, that's just not what happens. Now, if you want me to go get some blue crabs, that I can do. We don't have crawfish up here like that. They don't come like that. No, it's just, it don't work that way. And if I get them, they're going to be stupid expensive. If I get them live, nah, man, I ain't built for that. We don't have the fancy crawl, mud bug tables and like y'all set up for that. We're not. I'm not. What's so funny?
It was something I was watching.
It was what?
It was something that I was watching.
Okay. Crawfish. B says Baltimore blue crabs are different than Texas blue crabs. So, B, did you know that they all originated in the Bay, in the Chesapeake Bay? They were transferred down to the Gulf of Mexico, or some were transferred to the Gulf of Mexico to help prolong the species. Basically, they were, I won't say being overfished, but they were, the crabs were not producing as much because of the cold. They took them down to Texas or the Gulf of Mexico, and because of the heat, and their season is longer, they last longer, and they can get bigger, that they are thriving down there. What the hell are mud bugs? So mud bugs are crawfish. They are a kin to a lobster. They look like little lobsters. So crawfish, crayfish, mud bugs. I don't say mud bug is a nickname for crawfish, and actually it's crayfish, I believe, is the actual. Let's see. Is it crawfish or crayfish? Crawfish, crayfish, and crawdads are the same animal. Louisianans will say crawfish, whereas Northerners are more likely to say crayfish. People from the west coast of Arkansas or Oklahoma call them, or you often use the term, crawdad. Yep. Crawfish, crayfish, crawdads, mud bugs. Yep. So, Jamie, again, I don't know how or why, but that's weird. On the back of the bag, it said farmed or raised in Egypt. Like it said something about Egypt, and it was imported from a place in Lakeland, Florida. I did not take a picture of the bag. I did not do anything. Maybe the next time I go to the market, I will look at the bag again, and I will tell y'all how it worked. I don't know. All right? Don't at me, okay? Don't at me. So why do they have blue crabs in Thailand? I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying the crab. I think that might be a different variety, different species, but I don't know. Crabs are crabs. There's gonna be crabs all around the world, but the crabs specific to the Chesapeake, the Maryland blue crab, they have. I won't say they have taken them to other places. What are the bugs in the sand in Florida? They're like cockroaches. I don't know. He's the sand. People like what the. So Laura is so that's a crawfish. Let me just images. Oh, this one is moving. That's a crawfish. But the whole thing is they're like this big. And what you do is you take the tail. Now, mind you, I'm definitely not a pro at eating crawfish. You take the tail, you twist it, pop the hold on. Since Laura doesn't know, we're gonna. All right. So this is the crawfish, right? So this is the tail part. The majority of what you eat is the tail. I don't suck on the head. I don't do any of that. You know, some of y'all can do that. So the whole thing is you take and you twist the tail and pop the front portion, the head portion, so like the abdomen and head portion off, and you just there's a little piece of meat that hangs out. You push up and like of the meat out, and then suck and take the meat out of the tail. And there's some people that open them up and they suck on the heads. Nope, I don't do all of that. Boo Boo says, yeah, we got them in a sack. Yeah, I've in Saskatchewan, yeah. Yeah, I'm good, B. Just like I know people who eat lobster heads too. I've seen people eat the entire crab, like gills and all. Nope, I'm not for it. It's not just not my thing. But yeah, Laura, definitely check out Jimmy's video. And you know you can see how it's done. But I did something similar just on the stove top. I didn't do it to the same extent that he did in his video, but same premise, where you basically put everything in the pot, everybody in the pool, and let everything boil and cook, and go to town. Pour them out on the table and have a good old time. So I don't even remember how big. It might have been 2 pounds or 2.5 pounds of crawfish. 2.5 pounds of shrimp. I had 4 ears of corn that I split in half. I had 2 pretty large onions and the zucchini. Oh, and also I put 5 hot sausages in there. They were beef hot sausages. And boiled it all up. I put the vegetables in first. And like I said, I should have kept the zucchini out until last. But put the vegetables in first, and then let that cook. The sausage went in first because it was frozen. Then the corn and the onions. So cook that down for a while. Then I put the crawfish in and let them cook because they were frozen. Again, don't at me. I had to use what I had. They were frozen. So once they got up to temperature and was almost done, that's when I chucked the shrimp in and let them cook for like 3 to 5 minutes. Stirred everything up, poured the water off, and then poured it into a pan. So good. So good. My kids destroyed it. They were quiet for like a half an hour eating crawdads. They really enjoyed it. They like crawfish. So, Rick, welcome back. Everything on the crab, base, shrimp heads, everything. Yeah, B. Nope. I'm good. AQ, Daddy, what's going on? Family's coming with you 25 pounds. That's what's up. Man, I have I've never been to like a real like crawfish, not party, but pour them out on a picnic table on some paper. Nah, I've never been to one of those big crawfish boil. I've seen it on the internet plenty of times, seen it on TV. But never have I, been to one or done one in person. We'll do a seafood boil every now and again, and I will put stuff in pans, full catering pans, and that's I'm gonna say that's about it. So, but it works out. I know. I need a cover trailer. I need a trailer. Oh gosh. It's so much easier elsewhere. So much easier. It's just, oh God, Maryland sucks when it comes to like selling food. It really does. selling barbecue. Selling barbecue is one of the specific problems. Marcus said COVID ruined that. Yeah, man, sitting around big old tables of crawfish and stuff like that. Whew, man, one day it'll happen again, maybe. I don't know though. I don't know. We're gonna see. How many of you guys, oddly, since coronavirus brought up, how many of you guys have gotten a vaccine or a piece or a part, first part, two parts of the vaccine? Just curious how many of you guys have actually been able to get the vaccine. In Maryland, we are still on the first phase. There are 3 portions of the first phase of distribution, and I'm going to try and get it because I work in food service on the second phase. Wish I could load up some pics of the bulls I have. Well, Mr. Big Noah, man, send me some pictures on Instagram. Is the easiest way to send me some pictures. Just please don't tell me you're an anti-vaxxer. Still waiting for it to come here. Yeah, Laura, I know. Well, daggone. I should get both. Grandpa said got the vaccine in November. That's what's up. Golly, man. It's early on. Must be nice. Being honest, not on back. Why not? Okay, B. I just sure. I don't have to worry about being sterilized. I'm already sterilized. I went to see Dr. Chop. I don't need any more kids. Hope it covers the 3 new variants that are now in Canada. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's just how viruses, they mutate. Feet, arms, 12 hours, kind of freaking me out, right? So you know what's funny? My next door neighbor is a teacher, and she got the first portion of the first part of the shot, and so she got it however many weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh, I felt a little under the weather for like 6 hours." So I saw her yesterday, and she says, "Oh, I got the second part." She's like, "I'm feeling a little under the weather." She's like, "I got shot yesterday," and she was like, "Today I'm still feeling a little under the weather." She said she was running a slight fever, but she's like, in the grand scheme of things, it could be much worse. So I agree. Sign up for clinical study in October. That's what's up, Grumpus. So actually, a friend of mine sent me some information on a Johnson & Johnson study, and the problem was there was no guarantee you were actually going to get the vaccine, and if you were in the Johnson & Johnson study, then you couldn't get the vaccine from anywhere else. So I was like, I don't want to, limit my chances by doing this. I'm opposed to BIH time on the vaccine. Why? It's a vaccine. I mean, if I have to sit here and tout the benefits of a vaccine, then no side effects here other than a little sore arm like a flu shot. Yeah. I know, Grumpus. That's what I'm saying. He said another plus. Sterilized? What? Alton hit it right on the head. He said numbness in the feet is normal when you have back injuries like I do. Shoot. So B, it was not. I'm not even. There are things that I'm not going there. It wasn't manufactured. The fact that the anyway. Uh yeah, feel the way you need to feel, but these things come out. It's just, it is what it is. Anyway, so what else is going on? I guess so. Jamie, thank you for doing your part, and Marcus, you too. Grumpus, thank you, sir. Uh, yeah, Alton. Okay, Mubu. If again, if that's how you feel, I'm just gonna agree to disagree. So there's a 97.9% survival from COVID. Yes, because of the fact that we're doing our part to limit the spread of the virus. If we didn't do anything, what would the death rate and toll be? Let me ask you that, B. What if we were doing nothing? Nothing. We weren't wearing masks. We weren't doing anything. What would that be? And here's the next thing. The reason I think that people don't think they had it or have it is because they've never gotten tested. If you haven't gotten tested, you don't know whether you had it if you were asymptomatic. The only time and place people got tested was if they were sick. If you weren't sick, then you didn't get tested, and you could have had it and spread it. That I mean, if it were up to me, I would say everybody needs to get tested. Everyone needed to be tested to see who had it and who didn't. Period. Jamie's still excited to be able to leave the damn house. Yep. So the limit number for apartment, and I let the ones who had not had COVID get the vaccine before me. Yeah, Jimmy, I appreciate that. I know. Yes, the flu exists. It's a scam. Okay. The slow blink. COVID is definitely not the flu. The flu doesn't attack your internal organs and start shutting stuff down. You know how I know? My grandmother didn't die of the flu. She died from COVID. It's real. Exactly, Laura. I mean, wearing a mask is uncomfortable, but you do what you have to do. And I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for the next person. This is a hell of a road. You wouldn't wish on anyone. Man, Laura, I know. She says, a dear friend on a ventilator for a month. Lucky to be alive. Yep, he survived and has a hell of a road. I wouldn't want to wish that upon anyone. Hey, Laura, at this point, just it doesn't matter because they didn't take it seriously in Italy, and you saw what happened in Italy. I mean, you saw what happened in Italy. There's a proven study, not even a study, that was proof, but it happened in Italy, so it couldn't happen here. No, I like I said, I agree to disagree. Jimmy, who has had coronavirus, his first 10 days I had it was the worst than any flu I ever had. Some people don't care about the person next to them, only care about the one in the mirror. I agree, Alton. Do the research. Where are you doing said research, B? Tell me where you're doing said research. Because your research and the rest of the world's research don't seem to be the same research, man. Oh, Alton, I know, man. Well, B, hopefully she recovered. Oh, man, IJ, I hope so. Hopefully. Laura says, my ex got it with 8 others, and the only one who didn't have symptoms was Jennifer. So I figured she was the carrier. I mean, that's the thing. Faulty research, JG. Oh. No. B, I'm just gonna, yeah. I didn't think conspiracy theorists lived in Canada, Moo Boo. Like, yeah, they exist up there too. I was unaware. Unaware. And how long associated with it? In almost 2 months now. Seemed real to us. Grumpus, man. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Jeez. I didn't delete any comment. Well, I don't know. I didn't delete any comment, Rick. Usually I see comments. It is really happening. But what's not happening is a man-made manufactured virus. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Reggie, but the problem is not if you are asymptomatic. The problem is if you're asymptomatic and then give it to someone that does have a condition. Uncle Steve, how you doing, man? Good evening. I'm about to, shut down. I've been at this for 2 hours, so. Rich said I stay away from people. Trust me. I was social distancing before it was cool. Yeah, man. I've seen your videos to prove when you are. What is the term you use it when you just kind of go out with your truck and your trailer and you find a place to just like post up. I know you have a specific term for it, and I don't remember what it was. All right. Yeah. Boondocking. Thank you, Reg. Thank you. I'm like, I know I watched the video of you talking about it. I couldn't figure out what it was called. Hey, how did he make it through the whole live stream tonight? Dinner with Kent, CJ, Bill, Purvis, and Chris. Man, that's what's up. Uncle Steve, I wish I could have made it out in that direction. I'm staying home, trying to do my part, one of those type things. Too many people act like nothing is happening. Yeah, people there dying daily. Alton, totally agree. Wear a mask. Grumpus. Yes, Uncle Steve, I did. I told you that I got it last week. I got it. I did get it last week. Yeah, I have not gotten a chance to use. I was talking about this earlier on how I love getting things from you, but I don't always get to try them as soon as I want to because not everybody in my household is accepting of me trying new things all the time. So I kind of, excuse me, I kind of have to sneak and try different things or cook with different things and then kind of give them a little piece to try with something that's the normal or regular type of seasoning. But I'm telling you, Uncle Steve, man, I feel like I'm using Gator Shake every day. Anytime I'm cooking vegetables, Gator Shake goes on it. Gator Shake goes on it. We are completely enamored. We love Gator Shake on vegetables and seafood. I did make some seafood tonight, and I did not use it. I made a seafood boil, and we used like an Old Bay type of seasoning, or I used the Old Bay type of seasoning in it. But man, that smoke bomb smells and tastes wild, like smoky for sure. And Alton was just telling me that dessert seasoning, the dessert shake rather, man, I've been fasting for the past couple of weeks, so I haven't been able to. I won't say been able to, but I haven't had dessert in a few weeks, which is why I haven't used that one. But I have some rice pudding in the refrigerator that I'm probably going to put that dessert shake on. The marshmallow. Thanks, B. I will definitely do that. So the Texas freeze erased my brain. You need to insulate yourself with shake. No, those clocks are still ticking, but just not as prominent. Uncle Steve, thank you very much, man. Grandpa says I'm eating popcorn with Gator Shake as we speak. Sure, man. We're not gonna talk about it because there was a whole like second hour and an hour some change where we made popcorn and we tried different shakes on the popcorn. So I already know. Big Reg, yes you do. And then when you order some shake from Uncle Steve, tell him um that you were on my live stream and that's how you heard about it and you obviously want to try it. Uncle Steve has been known to throw in a little bit extra when you mention that you saw you saw and you ordered because you saw it here. Just a little birdie told me. All right, so definitely make sure you mention when you place your order that you were on my live stream and we talk about it as much as we do. And yeah, highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Alton said Uncle Steve hooks it up. That's an understatement. That is an understatement. Uncle Steve, man, I know, Steve. I've definitely said thank you before, and I'll say thank you again. I'm so very appreciative. Like I'm fortunate that I got to meet you, and I shook your hand and we've spoken, and I thoroughly like completely enamored with your seasonings. Like seriously, we dig it, and I know I think I made mention that when I make oodles and noodles, like the packet noodles for my kids for their lunches, I don't use the packet that came in there. I use the original shake in with the noodles, and they love it. They love it. It's like, man. Then and the reason why I started doing that is my daughter went through a phase. I don't want to say phase, but she goes to the point where she wakes up one morning and she's like, I don't want to eat meat today, and she's like, I'm vegetarian. I'm gonna be vegetarian for the next however many days. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right, well, I don't really have any vegetarian meals for you per se. I'm like, but I can make you some noodles, some oodles and noodles. She's like, okay. She said, but you can't use the chicken packet. I'm like, all right, fine. So I said, oh, how about we put some Uncle Steve shake in it? And she's like, okay. I don't know if there's any animal byproducts in the seasoning and the shake, but that's what I started using in lieu of the chicken packet or the beef packet or the shrimp packet or whatever. And that's how we started using Uncle Steve's shake on the oodles and noodles of ramen. So yeah. Thanks. I know a guy. Alton, I haven't tried it. I used the competition pork, the beef, the competition beef. Whenever I'm making burgers on the Blackstone, yes, the frozen burgers on the Blackstone, I'm using the competition beef. I really like that. I like that from when he sent the sampler, the one that just said beef on it. So I knew that I was gonna like the competition beef. The chicken, I actually cooked the the competition chicken yesterday. I cooked with it yesterday, and it was good. The problem wasn't the chicken. The problem or the seasoning. The problem was how I cooked it. The I cooked it on the kettle, and I don't think the kettle was hot enough. Like it just, I used the vortex, and the vortex didn't get hot enough, and it made the skin. It was a little rubbery. So my wife was like, "Nah, I don't like this." She was like, "It tastes okay." She's like, "But the skin is a little rubbery." So yeah, it happens to the best of us. The two new ones, Laura. You definitely need to. Oh, yeah, Laura, put it on eggs. Oh man, Reg, sorry to hear that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I do need to get up in the morning. I want to say thank you for hanging out and making my evening. Like you guys don't know this. I look forward to this Wednesday night, hangout and just hanging out with you guys. And I try to structure it and talk about something barbecue related or barbecue business related, but most of the time I just want to shoot the breeze with y'all. Like you all seriously help brighten my mood, like really. So I know, Alton. Man, I know. I uh I always get one at least. Huh. Huh. Night Reg. Yes, you too, sir. Definitely be careful out there, especially when you're boondocking. I don't know though, man. It didn't seem like you've been out on the road. Yo, hold on, time out, time out, time out, time out. Reg, that crucifix though, or actually it was a cross because there was no Jesus wasn't on. So that cross was dope. I liked that cross a lot. That was really really nice, dude. That was it came out great. Jamie, thank you so very much. She says we appreciate you, Dash. Thanks for hosting the party. For sure. All right. Good night, Laura. Thank you so very much for hanging out. Get that sleep. Yeah, and do my research. I sure will, Alton. I sure will. You said it, brother. So, thank you guys so very much. Hey, Uncle Steve, thank you so very much. You, sir, are a good man. When I cook my favorite, my family wants to know what Uncle Steve shake I'm using. Well, Jimmy, I haven't gotten to that point, man. They, I have seasonings that I use, and they're like, they have grown accustomed to those seasonings. So when I don't use those seasonings, that's when they get up in arms. Yo, Reg, definitely like that, man. And I mean, obviously, you can send it in pieces, so it'll be easier, and you don't have to worry about it being in a bigger package. But yes, yes, please. Like that was really, really nice. Like seriously, really nice. When I saw the picture, I was like, "What in the how? What?" And then when I saw you cutting everything up and doing all the pieces, I'm like, okay. And just watching the whole thing come together. The only thing I would have done differently, and one of the things that gave you grief, I'm like, yo, all of those tools you have in your shop, in your garage, and you don't have another driver to put the screw in. You drilled the hole with a drill, and then you put the screw in with a hand screwdriver. I'm like, what? Come on, son. But no, what I would have done is use the backer board and used like a nail gun and like tacked it on and use like a air nail or a brad nailer. But that was the only. I was like, man, I'm not going through the whole thing and drilling pre drilling holes, and ain't nobody got time for that. Brad nailers, probably a good, that was a quarter inch, not even a quarter inch. So half inch brad nail, and you put glue on it, man. Shoot, I'd have brad nailed that thing up, call it a day. Hey Paul, thank you so very much, man, for hanging out. You be easy. Hey Alton, I sure will. Yeah, Grumpus, it has been real. JG, peace out. Yes, it is, Reg. Dude, man, the PO box is it's in the description. If you just let me know, man. If I can send you something for doing that, like seriously, I will, I have no problem putting some funds in for that. Just let me know if you need anything else though. Man, Reg, I appreciate that. Cheese ball marshmallow. Okay, thank you, Mubu. Um, Tried to look rustic. Man, if you wanted it to look rustic, you'd have had a crank drill. Tried to look rustic. Hey, Jimmy, you take care, man. You also have a great evening. Oh my gosh, Laura, Alton. Okay, Alton, you go to your corner down there. Laura, you go to your corner up there. Okay. All right. Oh man, do not talk about snacks right now, Laura. Oh gosh, I would love a snack right now. I really want some of the. No problem, B. Well, you're more than welcome. I appreciate you hanging out. Um, Definitely. Right. You stay in your corner and you stay in your corner. Definitely. Yeah, but I'll see you guys. Don't apologize, Laura. It's okay. Somebody has to be the adult in this situation. You guys have a great evening. Thank you very much again for hanging out. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already hit that thumbs up on the way out, please do. I would love to get to 50 likes. Oh man, Big Reg, man, I appreciate that. Like seriously, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, in advance. That is dope. Make sure your address is clearly legible so I can make sure I send you some stickers. I can send you some stickers back at least. Hey, Alton, be easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Tell Gene I said what's up, and no throat chopping the kids, okay? No throat chopping the kids. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later, and I'm out.